Now, closer look down the bottom. There's lots and lots of mesh for the power supply, but not only is it meshed, it's got a grill there as well to help protect with dust. There's another compartment down the bottom here for more hard drives. You can get 2 more hard drives in the bottom, and a nice little panel to seal the airflow off. You can get the hard drives here, but also if you have a look, you can put a 120mm fan over this to blow over the hard drives and exhaust out the back where I showed you before. We move up, this is where the hot swap bays are. Wait for the camera to focus. Take that panel off. Now the idea is that this big fan here, because there's no cutouts in the side panel at all, as you can see. Oh, the camera will focus, there you go. So the idea is that this fan sucks air up from the bottom chamber, so it's sucking in cold air effectively, comes along here, up the front and over the hard drives. Now it does seem quite a restricted flow, but hard drives don't necessarily need a massive amount of cooling. In my experience, a hard drive that's cooled doesn't necessarily last any longer than a hard drive that's running at 50 degrees its whole life. I've never had any problems. But what I will do is when I do the main tests, I'll test the hard drives with this fan and without it to see if we get any extra cooling ability from this fan blowing over, because if the airflow is restricted then it probably won't work that well. Now this is the protective cover for the hot swaps. You can see some of the wires there down the back. See, they're all black and lovely as well, and something that I've just noticed which I'm quite impressed with, that cable there is just like the cables on the Corsair power supplies, which is excellent because I really like this type of flat black plain cable. Just, you can hide it so well inside of a case, but not only that, if you can see it, it looks quite nice as well. If you look up close, let the camera focus, even the motherboard standoffs are black. This kind of attention to detail I can give nothing but respect to. Now if we look up in the top section, you can see the 120.3 or 360mm radiator mount at the top. But there's quite a bit of room between the top of the motherboard and the top of the case. If I get the ruler out, there's almost, well there is there, look, you can see that there's 11 centimetres, so 110 mil, sorry, there you go, 110 mil of room. Now that should mean that you can get the fattest radiator up there, even with push-pull fans, so fans on both sides, and it shouldn't make any difference to the motherboard, which is great. You've got water cooling hose slots. Now with a case like this, I can't understand why you'd want an external radiator, but I suppose it's there for anyone that does use the exhaust system or something like that. I personally prefer these not to be there, but that's just a personal preference. Down to the PCI plates, black screws yet again, black PCI plates. Even the fan for the rear exhaust is in the Corsair style. Flat wire, no, I really like that, that's brilliant. Now, put this back over here. I can see this video being quite a few different pieces, so what I'm going to do now, I'll give you a rough overview of the case. You can see, you've seen all the parts, you've seen the fans. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start assembling this, putting the testing hardware in there. Now, as with the Cooler Master 922 review I did, we're going to use the same kit, which is a full-on gaming system. It's actually the rig that I use myself at the moment. So I'm going to build my rig into this with all the full-size parts and everything, and I'm going to do an air rig and test with air, and then I'm also going to put a 360mm rad in the roof, and I'm going to build a water loop in here as well, so it will show how much room you've got, where you can put your parts. It should make it a lot easier for you guys out there if you're looking to buy this, to visualise how much room that you're going to have to work inside the case. So I'll sign off for now, and I'm going to get busy on chucking some hardware in this. Excuse me. I'll try and make some brief videos in between so you can see the kit going in there as I'm working on it. So watch out for the next video, there'll be another one after this. Thanks very much, guys.